Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of our Sookie night presentation. Today's presentation, we're gonna go over, the top product Q&A that we usually receive. We receive a lot of questions, almost every day. But of course, we have selected 10 of them that are the most frequently asked. So without further ado, let's get started. So the very first question is, can I use the Grande ceramic heater without wearing clothes? Yes, you may, but we don't suggest that usually. You can wear something light. Just make sure you don't wear your jacket or your sweater when you're using the ceramic heater, right? And of course, you can, if you want to just wear your underwear or just a tank top, a t-shirt, those are fine, okay? But of course, each person is a little different, right? So, some people like to have it a little warmer, a little hotter inside. So you can definitely do it, but the thing is that don't get too close to the surface, the inner surface of the Grande ceramic heater, okay? And so that's something that you should pay attention to. So that's usually what we would suggest to our customers. All right, so number 2. Oh, there's one more thing here I would like to add. It's not here on the list, but a lot of people would ask me like, can I cover a blanket? Can I cover a blanket over my ceramic heater? Some people like to keep that heat inside the ceramic heater. If you want to do that, in general, I don't recommend that because you don't really want to throw a towel or any blanket to cover the entire unit, because ceramic heater also needs to dissipate heat as well, right? Because after all, it's an electronic device. And so you want to make sure that the device heating, it's dissipating heat, properly. So I don't suggest you, cover the Grande ceramic heater with a towel or anything like that. Okay, if you really want to keep the warmth inside, probably just put something on each end, the opening end, right? For that, we also sell those what we call the ceramic heater curtains. You can use those. We have them available here, and I think those are like $30 for a set. Okay, so that is what you should do instead of just putting covering the entire unit with a blanket. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, so let's take a look at question number 2. Can I use the Grande ceramic heater or e-power if I have pacemaker, metals, or implants in my body? So yeah, this is something that people ask almost every day. Okay, so basically, for the Grande ceramic heater, you will have no problem if you have pacemaker, metals, or implants in your body. That's usually not a problem, okay? But for e-power, it's a different story, okay? So e-power, because it's a high frequency machine, right? And it's gonna interfere your pacemaker. It's gonna interfere the frequency of your pacemaker. So we definitely say no, okay? Don't, if you have pacemakers or whatever device that runs on battery, we don't suggest. We don't recommend you use the e-power, if you have those. So that's something very important. Metals, in general, if it's small piece, I would say fine. If it's something like a little, but no bigger than 2 or 3 inches big, then those should it should be okay. All right. So but if you have larger piece of metal, nails or those kind of thing, I would say if it's more than 3 inches, I would say probably want to stay away and or at least ask your doctor or those kind of thing. So if you have small metals, they should be fine. Okay. And implants, for implants, most likely breast implants, right? That's what people ask a lot. And if it's a silicone type, it's usually okay. But if you have like saline type of breast implants, those you should stay away, okay? Because there might be some leakages, right? That's the thing. Okay, so let's move on to the third question. Number 3, can I use the grounded ceramic heater over my face? In general, we don't, but if you really want to try it, you shouldn't use it for a long period of time. For example, like if you want to use it, start with only 3 minutes, okay? And in general, I would say no more than 10 or 15 minutes maximum. Okay, so probably start with 3 minutes, and then usually 10 minutes should be enough. Because if you want to do that, remember to cover up your eyes with some wet towel or something like that. Okay, dampened towel or something like that to protect your eyes, because your eyelid, eyelid and your eyes are more sensitive. So that's the reason why you should cover them up, your eyes. Okay, that's something that you should pay attention to. And a rule of thumb is that stay within 10 minutes or something like that, because after all, everybody has different skin condition, and then our facial skins are very sensitive too. So in general, I don't really recommend you to do it. I don't really recommend you to do this, but if you want to, just do it conservatively and pay attention to how you're using it, okay? All right, so number 4. Can I use the chi machine right after the surgery? In general, we recommend that you don't, okay? You should wait for about 90 days. That's about approximately 3 months, okay? 3 months, and then you should, take a break and not use the chi machine. Especially we're talking about surgery, any type of surgery at all, okay? Especially bone-related, those kind of thing. So yeah, just the rule of thumb is you should wait for at least 90 days, and then you consult with your doctor. If you're, in general, it's like if you are allowed to exercise or to do some, stretching or those kind of activities, then you should be able to use the chi machine just fine. But then again, this is something that you should check with your doctor, okay, to see if you can do some physical exercises. Okay, this is something very important. So in general, 90 days, I would say. Okay. All right, let's move on to number 5. I'm not getting any electrical impulses from my advanced ERE. This is a very, very common question. Extremely common that almost every day we have people asking this question. Or when they call for repairs, right? There are a few things you can do first. Okay, a couple of things you can do first. Do some self-check first. Some troubleshooting, right? Okay, by yourself, troubleshooting by yourself. The number one thing is a lot of people forget to set the intensity. Okay, after setting the modes and the time, they forget to, people usually forget to check those 2 buttons in the middle, and that's where you set the intensity. So those are the intensity buttons, okay? So that's the number one thing you should check, okay? Some people just forget to set that. That's very important. And I usually would say you want to set the intensity to the very first yellow bar. That's a good reference point, okay? If it's too strong for you, you decrease the intensity. If it's not enough for you, then you keep going and increase the intensity, okay? So the very first yellow bar is a good reference point, okay? That's number one thing. Number 2, let's not forget that seasons change, right? So in the winter time, your skin is usually more dry. So you should try to moisturize your feet before you use the advanced ERE. So you can go ahead and get a dampened towel or something like that, a little bit of water, okay. Wipe your feet before using before using the ERE, okay. That is going to increase the conductivity, Okay, so this is a very effective way of using it, just especially in the winter time. Just go ahead and wipe your feet with some water, moisturize your feet a little bit. That usually should increase the conductivity, right? Now, these are the two things you should try first, right? And then if still not getting any electrical impulses, of course, give us a call at the office, all right? We'll help you with the repair procedure, okay? All right, so that's number 5. Number 6, okay. Are the advanced ERE electro pads and cables compatible with my old ERE? This is something that, of course, we get every day. All right, so those electro pads and cables, are they compatible? Yes, in general, they are. Okay, those that we have in stock right now, they will work with the older version, the older ERE. And then how do you know if you have an old ERE or the current model? How do you tell? Very simple. The current one we have, is in the color is gold. It's in gold. Okay, so the color is gold, and the older ones, they're either gray or white. Okay, off-white. So if you have a gold one, then that is for sure the current model. Okay, and then of course, and the cables that we have right now, they all work, with the older one too. So that's something you should bear in mind. Okay, it's good to know. Okay, so number 7. Can I use the e-power together with other Sookie machines? And the answer is no. Okay, so the answer is no. Like what I mentioned earlier, e-power is a high frequency machine, and the high frequency, because of its the frequency, it tends to interfere in other machines that we have. Okay, and of course, I would like to remind you here that while you're on the e-power, try not to use any electronic devices as well, like your cell phone or like a remote control, TV remote controls, or your computer. Okay, because they'll definitely interfere the frequencies generated by the e-power. Okay, so that's something good to know. So number 8, can I use my portable grande ceramic heater on my Sookie bed? Some people like to add extra ceramic heater on their Sookie bed. Very often, at the area where on both ends, okay, of the table, of the Sookie bed. Some people like to add one over on the top of their, in the front, and then some people like to add them in the area where covers up the chi machine as well. So can you do that? Yes, you can. Okay, if you have a Sookie bed, you can actually plug them in there too. I mean, if you go to let's take a look at this this picture here. This is a diagram of the back of the control box. Okay, the Sookie bed control box. So as you can see, there are 2 places where you can plug in the those portable ceramic heaters, okay, or a fur pad if you want to. I know a lot of people like to use the fur pad at the same time when they're under the chi machine, under when they're using the on the Sookie bed, right? So let's take these 2 places. Yeah, as you can see from this picture here, okay, there are 2 extra receptacles here. Okay, so either this one or that one. Okay, power supply, it marked the one in the middle or the one on the far right. Okay, so these are the 2 receptacles that where you can plug in the e-power, the fur pad or the portable ceramic heater. Okay, the only thing is that when you have a portable ceramic heater, you cannot turn it on or off by using the Sookie bed control box. Okay, these 2, these 2 extra power supply receptacles, they only provide power So you have to turn on and off the ceramic heater or fur pad by using the built-in power on-off on your on those units. Okay. Yeah, on the Sookie bed, on the control box, on the back of the control box, yes, there are two places where you can plug in that provides power source. Okay. So these are the two places. All right, so let's go back to the question. Do you sell just the Sookie bed frame table? No, we don't. Okay, so Sookie bed is always sold as a complete set. Okay, so I know that years ago, maybe about seven or 8 years ago, we used to sell a single grande hot house Sookie bed which came with only one Sookie hot house. It was called hot house back then, but I think after 2012, we stopped offering that package. So pretty much if you're thinking about buying a Sookie bed, if you're thinking about like buying those ceramic heaters first and then add a table or a Sookie bed frame later, don't do that, because we don't sell them alone by themselves. We don't. Okay, so they're always sold as a set. Okay, so let's take a look at number 10. Can I mix the Go Green with juices rather than water? Definitely, no problem at all. I know some people like to mix them with orange juice, apple juice. These are the two common ones, and they're very tasty actually. They taste real very, very good, especially apple juice, right? Of course, you decide how much you want to add, right? That's very important. How much apple juice you want to add, how much orange juice you want to add. And these are the most common ones, okay? And they do taste good, Personally, I like it with apple juice a lot, okay? So that's definitely, highly recommended, okay? So there you have it. These are the top 10 questions. So I'm gonna go back a little bit so you guys can have another look of these questions, okay? All right, so number 1 here, can I use the grande ceramic heater without wearing clothes? Number 2, can I use the grande ceramic heater or e-power if we have pacemaker, metals or implants in my body? Can I use the grande ceramic heater over my face? Can I use the chi machine right after a surgery? Why am I not getting, I'm sorry, there's a typo here. Why am I not getting any electrical impulses from my advanced URE? Are the advanced URE electro pads and cable compatible with my old URE? Okay. Can I use the e-power together with other Sookie machines? Can I use my portable grande ceramic heater on my Sookie bed? Do you sell just the Sookie bed frame table? Can I mix the Go Green with juices rather than water? So yeah, there you have it. These are the top 10 questions. Okay. Of course, if you have any other questions, you're welcome to leave them in the comment. Okay, very important. So yeah, for tonight's presentation, we have a very special deal for you. Advanced ERE for only $375 and free shipping too. Okay, and this is good starting from tomorrow through January 12th, which is Monday. Okay, so you're welcome to place your orders online, or you can call in to place your order. And don't forget to leave your ID number in the comment section. Very important. Okay, it's for the lucky draw. Okay, very, very easy to win. Okay, all right. So we have 2 more Sookie Night presentations coming up this week. This month. Of course, the next one will be on the 23rd. And the topic will be on heat and light therapy, and it's going to be presented by Mrs. Mara Gerke. This is very interesting. And on the 30th, we will have another presentation by Dr. Knolson, okay? And the topic will be winter allergy solution. So these are very interesting topics. I'm pretty sure that you guys will be very interested in these topics. Okay, so there you have it. This is my presentation, and let's not forget to leave your ID number. Okay, very important. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys all next time. Thank you very much.